Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. Much as the background right now is sort of the aftermath of this earthquake, time does march on, and unfortunately there are those who, have their own agendas in this world, for good, ill, or otherwise. I'm not saying it's bad, good, or indifferent, but we gotta march on with sort of covering this stuff. And there was something I noticed recently in Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com. Article is titled, Early House Debate for Casinos Bill Could Go Before MPs on April 9th with Sud. Quoting directly, Parliament will likely discuss the entertainment complex bill by April 9. Chief Government Whip Wisud Chainarun says Mr. Wisud, also a Pheu Thai list MP, on Sunday provided an update on the progress of the bill that was approved by the cabinet on March 27, saying Parliament has not received confirmation on when it will be submitted. So, first of all, what Mr. Wisud is talking about is not a foregone conclusion. So let me read that again. Parliament has not received confirmation on when it will be submitted. So we don't know exactly when things will happen. This is like what the timeline they would like. Quoting further, if it does not arrive in time for review on April 3rd, it will likely be considered on April 9th, he says. Well, okay, also, we don't know if it'll get there on April 9th. I mean, there's a lot going on there. Point I'm trying to make with this video, though, and I urge you to go to Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com, and read that article in detail. There's like a push to get gambling now, okay? And as I discussed in other videos, initially there was this push where there was a sneak peek of the bill draft, and it was from Reuters, but none of us in the public ever got to see it, but they did, and da-da-da-da-da. Now, in the aftermath of an earthquake here in Thailand that's taken lives, and frankly, I would kind of wish my parliamentarians were more concerned about the aftermath of that than the rushing of legalization on gambling, which I'm probably one of the more pro-gambling kind of people in Thailand, but I even view it through a reasonable lens that it's not the end-all be-all. It's not a magic bullet for the economy. It has tremendous negative societal ramifications, and I just start really having a problem with it almost on like a courtesy level when you see somebody they're trying to really ram it through in the aftermath of a disaster. Why? And let's be real clear and honest here. Okay, in the aftermath of 9/11, they pushed through the Patriot Act, which was like the goodie bag of Constitution in the U.S., constitutional sort of just complete shredding of many of our like basic liberties and things. Again, I'm not saying the gambling bill is anything like the Patriot Act. It's not an apples to apples comparison, but I'm talking about the whole notion. Who was it? Rahm Emanuel, he was former chief of staff to Obama, and then basically he was the mayor of Chicago for a while, and then became, from what I've read, effectively one of the worst ambassadors to Japan in recent history, but whatever, good job on that one. In any event, it wasn't it him who said, oh, never let a good crisis go to waste? And they talk about that in the context of the worst kind of things that the public would otherwise not necessarily want. That's the kind of stuff they push in a crisis because people are distracted, primarily distracted. They're not thinking with their level head. They're thinking emotionally, and then they're saying, oh my God, this is a disaster. Now we gotta do something drastic, like change a major law that heretofore has been, pretty well a given that this is going to be illegal or something of this nature. That's my only point, is noting the technique. Why are we rushing this through now? And meanwhile, can we have a minute as the public to chime in with our members of parliament? Where are the draft bills? Can we see what this thing looks like, please? Where's the fire over this? To do this in the week after this earthquake, I mean, to my mind, is this really a priority this week? Could we maybe look at the situation involving, legislation regarding, safety of structures, both already built and supposedly earthquake-proof, and, under construction. Maybe Parliament should be more worried about that today than gambling. Just a thought.